everybody. I love that song. I mean, what other songs have ever been made about trade? You know what I mean? Like, we really had a guy make a whole song about like married men that secretly have gay sex lives at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sam Smith. Anyway, give it up for everybody that's already performed tonight. To seeing people and be here. Like she said, I'm coming all the way up from Baltimore. I actually used to live in Philly. I went to Temple, and I graduated a good like 15 years ago, right? So I come up here occasionally, but I don't come up here as often as I would like. And cities have changed a lot over the years. You know what I mean? There's a lot of gentrification. There's a lot of changes. I travel a lot for comedy. I travel places I had like relationships with and experiences with when I was younger. But now when I come to the city, it's kind of disorienting. And my mother always told me that anywhere in USA, like there's certain markers in every city, every community, you can tell where you at. You know what I mean? Like if you have like a market street, you know that there's probably going to be a marketplace. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be shopping. If you see like $2 million generals, you know you probably want to make sure your car is like when you're driving. When I see like a lot of Black Lives Matter signs, I know I'm in a white liberal neighborhood. That's how I orient myself. I did not see a lot around here, I tell you. Oh, right, South Philly, I forgot. That's cool. Anyway, I just celebrated a birthday a month ago. Yeah. I just turned 37. Yeah. So, I mean, there's controversy of whether or not this is considered middle age, you know what I'm saying? But 30s, I think, is a fun and interesting time in your life because on one hand, like, you still are trying to figure out life and you still kind of feel young. And then you have reminders where it's like, ooh, I'm aging, you know what I'm saying? And so some of those reminders that I'm aging, one of them is like, I blame everything on like 3 things. You know what I'm saying? My 3 things are probably like lead, microplastics, and I don't know, EMF waves, I don't know. So like somebody's asking for advice or something, you know, they're talking about like dating and they're asking me for advice and they're like, oh, this person ghosted me. Why aren't they calling me back? I'm just like, it's probably the microplastics. No one's showing up in the blood now. Like, clearly that has to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Politics. It's like, oh man, this is crazy. Where are we going politically? Maybe we should test everybody for lead. It's probably you said there might be lead poisoning. That's my aging thing. And definitely I get on my kids' nerves with it too, because it doesn't matter what they say or what they do. If they're like, you know, I have 3 children. I'll have my daughter run up and like, oh, he kicked me and messed up my painting and ate my food and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, if y'all turn them tablets off in the EMF, we would have to do it. I'm sick, Mommy. My daughter was home sick today. I was like, see, that's why you gotta turn that tablet off. It's the EMF. Blame everything on 3 things. The other thing I noticed about as I'm aging is that I get annoyed by other people's decisions. You know what I mean? Like I remember my grandmother, she used to just sit on the porch and just like watch people and judge them. You know what I'm saying? I don't go that far. I still mind my business mostly. But let me tell you this. Okay, so in my neighborhood in Baltimore, I live like in a very interesting neighborhood, right? How familiar are y'all with Philly? Because I know a lot of people aren't necessarily originally from here. How many people are originally from Philly? Okay, we got a couple. All right, so imagine, my neighborhood is kind of like West Oak Lane, Germantown area, okay? Right, but the street that goes between, like the major street that goes through the neighborhood is like Kensington. You understand what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's just like drugs and prostitution at somebody's grandma's house. You know what I mean? Like, I live in like a single family, 4-bedroom, big yard, and I'm dealing with that. But the weird part about it is that like the hot time for this activity is from 12 to 3.
What?
PM. This is not AM. This is lunch special business. It makes no sense whatsoever. And it annoys me. And it doesn't, I'm all about like freedom. You know what I mean? Like I believe if it's not harming nobody, you should be able to do what you want. I believe in decriminalization and all of that. But what bothers me is how I know I would say ladies of the night, but it's broad daylight. So and how I know is because their shoes don't fit and it bothers me. You know what I'm saying? They just be clumping down the street. I'm just like, where you get them shoes from and why they don't fit? Like, it makes me mad. So it was this one, woman that was walking down the street, with her shoes that don't fit, and my youngest child, she's 6, and she was looking at her, and she was just like, "Oh, mommy, she looks so beautiful." And as a mom, 3 thoughts ran through my head. You know what I mean? So my first thought was like, "Oh wow, children are so innocent. Like that's so awesome that she can see the beauty in everybody." And like here I am mad at this lady's shoes that don't fit. All she sees is the beauty in this woman. Then the second thought I started having some mom guilt because I was just like, oh man, I have them on this corner where there's a lot of like crazy activity and they're now like romanticizing it when, I know a lot of these people don't want to be in these lifestyles at the end, but life happens, But then my third thought, I really looked at the woman, you know what I mean? She had a colorful outfit, she had her shoes that didn't fit, she had her, wig to the side, she had her lipstick, her makeup just kind of all over the place. And I was like, this is peak 6-year-old beauty standard. Like, do you really think about it? And 6-year-olds like really get themselves together and they dress up. It gives cheap prostitute a little bit. It is what it is. And then I had my final thought. I'm like, these young women are just living out their inner child, and there's a lot of beauty in that. Am I right? Am I right? Dating in your 30s is fun, Am I right?
Yeah.
Nobody believes that. But I'm a very pragmatic person. That's the thing I like, because I don't care about your favorite color. It's just about logistics. You know what I'm saying? I like that everybody just lays everything out on the table. I have 5 kids with 6 different women. You know what I mean? Just put it all out there. Don't give me any surprises. I have a history of bipolar. I don't know. Thank you for letting me know. Just let me know when your dates are. My penis only works on Tuesdays. Tuesdays, you say. If I would have came over on Wednesday, I would have been upset. But it's stupid stuff that bothers me. Lotion. I'm not going to get into it, it's fine. The other thing that really bothers me is magnums. Magnum condoms. Y'all are waiting for the punchline. I was waiting for somebody to be like, what? Anyway, I go to the drugstore and magnums are always sold out. You know what I mean? Not only are they a bad product, but they're a specialty product. And most men don't lean towards the special side of the specialty product. And I'm not a sizist. I'm not a sizist whatsoever. You know what I mean? Men, don't let these women shame you about your penis size or your height size, okay? Because these same women will mess with a stud that bought their penis from the store, okay? You too can buy your penis from the store. Don't be ashamed. And extend it if you need to. But I am anti-delusion, all right? I am anti-delusion. And I feel like it's done on purpose. Like, I think magnums are like, I think that they are like the pro-life movement or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're like, when people buy them, like, they know there's gonna be a problem and they like fidget, and it's like they intentionally be like, oh, can we just not use them? And it's like, you should have bought one that fit. You know what I mean? Like, I think that that's what's happening. Yeah. And I think it's intentionally, like, they probably are like funded by Project 25 or something to like have unwanted pregnancies and diseases. I don't know. They want you to keep your babies so they can traffic them. I don't know. But I think there's some nefarious activity happening here. And I'm just like, if they do have to stay on the show, then I think that they need to be sold like cough syrup. Okay? Yeah. I think they gotta be sold behind the show. Yes. And you have to get like a size verification card from a doctor in order to buy them. Yes, not everybody should be able to buy magnums. So the last thing I'll leave y'all with is that because I hate magnums, I have gotten in the habit of always carrying condoms in my little purse here, right? In my little purse, I have these magnums, and I had a guy like get on me for it, and he was just like, "Why do you always have condoms in your purse?" And I was just like, "You're a grown man. Like, why don't you always have condoms in your little purse?" And he was just like, "Well, I don't walk outside assuming I'm just gonna have sex every day." And the joke here is that in his little purse, he carries a gun every day. And I said, "Well, sir, I'm sure you don't plan to use that gun every day, but you keep it as protection just in case you need it." And that, my friends, is my safe sex message. Vote for me.